What's good, everyone? As usual, it's Jaden Hyken. So, in this video, I will be conducting an interview with someone who's not only a Crystal member, but a former mentee of mine who I have personally taught. Now, Kai is currently in the military. I forgot where he's stationed at, but he will be covering that in this video. But nonetheless, Kai is, like I just said, he is not only in the military, but he is also someone who trades as well. He trades every day, Monday to Friday, and is currently a profitable trader. And that's the whole reason why I interviewed him as well, is because not only have I seen proof of his payouts and everything else like that, but you guys will be seeing that as well too. So all in all, I really hope that by the end of this video, you really do take, if one thing from this is that, trading is possible. It's possible for anyone. You just have to pursue it, the same way you pursue your career, a person, whatever the case is. This is possible. And I just want everyone to know that, all the success that anyone sees me having or that you see him have, I do genuinely pray it over you. And I wish nothing but the best for you. But nonetheless, let's get into the interview. All right. All right. Can you hear me, Kai?
I can hear you. What's up?
No boy cooking. All right, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kai. He actually is the person that, I'm making this video about of, what it's like to, work and trade while, working a job. No, I just messed that up completely. But yeah, Kai, so you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do?
All right. So don't mind the cooking real quick, but
Yeah. On a side
when,
note, what are you cooking up?
so I'm Haitian. I cook
Tight.
different. But what I'm making right now is called macaroni gatine. It's
Ooh,
basically Haitian mac and cheese, and I'll be making oxtail and
hold on.
oxtail,
Say me a plate, bro.
pork, and some red rice and beans.
You be cooking like that, boy? Oh man, shoot, I need me a plate. Golly. All right, but yeah, tell me a little tell everyone about yourself. I mean, I know who you are, so yeah.
Uh, so I'm 21.
Yeah.
I'm enlisted in the army. I've been in the army for about a year now. Uh,
Mm.
I
What's your
was not
what,
born.
I was about to say, what's your like rank in the army? Like what do you do, I guess?
I'm a PFC, stands for private first class. It's just an E3. Ain't nothing fancy. Trust me. I still do private work.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know what
the
that
army
means, but hey,
all the
I hear you.
time.
I take you for it. Appreciate your service though.
I ain't do shit for real. I ain't gonna cap. I don't do shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But as far as what I do in the military, I'm a 13 Juliet fire control specialist. Basically, I a nerd typing up numbers to like my infantrymen or like my gunmen to send out rockets or cannons to pinpoint where the enemy's at. That's basically it. Sounds fancy, sounds nice, but it's actually pretty shitty.
It's like
The
real life.
environment is, but it's cool though. Like
It's
you
like
get to
real life Call of Duty. My gosh.
personal UAV. Play with me if you want me to.
Play with me. Don't cry.
But as far as me being in the military, it's been pretty cool. I come from the islands.
Mm,
Uh, they're not really much supportive on it because they think I'm gonna die.
mm,
But I told him it's a regular job.
mm.
But my father's proud of me and
Amen.
he really likes the military.
Mm,
Um, reason being that I did join the military too, as well, is my mother passed away a couple years ago,
mm,
and I was in a bad spiral in my life where I was nothing was going for me. I was following the wrong crowd, wrong people, grades were slipping. Just I was just not I was not me. I was not myself.
mm.
Um, dropped out of college as well. Uh, and so genuinely it's been a lot, to be honest, a lot on my physical and my mental. Um, I come from a place where we had to live paycheck to paycheck a
Mm.
lot. I come from a place where I seen people at school and I wanted a couple things. But as I came into the military and I met new people, it definitely was something. It definitely was something that I admire and something I really cared about. So I definitely have my thanks, my gratitude, my appreciation to God and the military.
Amen. Amen. So like, I guess was it the army? Like what drove you to the army was just like you were looking for like a better job? Was it stability? Like what drove you, I guess, like to like go into the army? Because like, like you could have, I guess, like, I'm saying, like gone to a job or like worked anywhere. So like what drove you like with where you're at in your life to choose, okay, you know what, maybe the army is what I need in my life.
I need a restart. I need a stepping stone. I
Mm-hmm.
need somewhere that I can like disappear and just restart.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the army was like the biggest one, just because when you first get into the army, correct, they're basically blocking you from the outside world. You have no connection to the outside world. You don't have your phone. You don't eat the meals like you do in the civilian world. It's like a complete cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I needed a breather. That's like the biggest one. I needed a breather from my family. And I'm not saying it as a bad thing, just saying it as something to help with my mental. Because
Mm-hmm.
mental plays a big part of your daily life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, no.
so that was like the biggest reason as to why um I definitely joined the army is that once you get in there, as bad as it sounds, you're treated like a slave, but to build you into a soldier. They
That's
build you.
that's a way of looking at it. I'm not gonna lie. So you said that you're treated like a slave, but it's to build you into a soldier.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So don't think of it as like a bad or like a non-cognitive thing. It's like a is it's the way you go about it. The military is not for everybody. Let's say that for sure.
Absolutely, I would never join. Respectfully, I don't think I'd make it. But yeah, go on.
I definitely went in. People was in there for like 2 weeks. They call it quits. Don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, they didn't get out. It takes a process for you to get out. But
Okay.
like military is generally not for everybody. It's not. But once you get past like the heavy parts of it, you'll be proud of yourself because you look back at it and tell yourself like, damn, I really did that shit on my own. Because, genuinely speaking, you're in the military by yourself. That whole reception, basic training, that's all by yourself. Until you get to the big army where you're stationed and you're at your unit, that's when you'll start to add people into your life because that's when you start to like find a love life. Or like, for example, if you had a kid or if you had a sibling and you want to take care of them, then they become a part of your everyday life. But up until then, you're just by yourself.
Okay. So then, how long exactly have you been in the army for? I don't think I caught that part. Like, it's been
I've
like
been
a
in the army for a year and a month now.
oh well, congratulations on your first year to say the least.
I need to get
Um,
out. That's what needs to happen.
that's what it
Get out.
said. I hear you on that. I hear you on that. So, where are you stationed at? I forgot to ask too. Like, where are you at?
I'm stationed in Fort Bliss, Texas, and that's located in El Paso, Texas.
Okay, word, word, word. So I guess also too, and I definitely appreciate sharing with me and everyone that watched the video a little bit about yourself. So now let's get into like really the focal point of this video. Like, what made you come across trading? Like, how did you hear about it? What made you want to get into it? Because I mean, I'm gonna share a little bit about myself and how I got into it, but I want to hear from you first.
So, um, I'll say like trading was not easy. I'll tell you that. Like, I feel like when you hear about trading, sometimes you don't get the full scope or like the full gist of it. People just tell you, "Oh, don't do it. You're gonna lose a lot of money into it." So back in like I say 2019, I had my cousin introduced me into Robinhood, and trust me, right now, if you're doing Robinhood, you ain't gonna get no wealth. I'm telling you right now. It's like I'm not a big fan of it. But look, hey, if it works for you, hey, don't break it. Keep doing
Hmm.
it. But like for me, like uh, I didn't like about he was telling me about trading, and I was like, that's risky as fuck, and like I don't want to lose a lot of money in that market.
Hmm.
So then I think around 2020, 2021, my cousin from Canada, I came to the States, and he was telling me how trading is you can uh you can manage your trades versus you just putting it in money and just letting it watch it fall. Like he told me how stop losses work, take profit, your TP works, and I was intrigued, but at the same time I was hesitant. I was like, I don't know, because I've only heard bad things about it. I have not heard like positive things,
Yeah.
and so I think it was 2022, 2023, around that range. I saw Sierra on TikTok.
Shout out to
And
C.
so I saw Sierra on TikTok and she was talking about trading. And honestly, it was crazy because I was thinking about it at the time, but I was like, I don't know. So then after, right? Sorry, tasting my
Yep.
cooking.
Hey, man, let them cook. Let them cook now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking you.
So back around like 2022, I believe, around that range, Sierra had dropped the Discord saying that how she trades, not Forex, but trading. And I got intrigued by it. And so I joined her Discord to see what it was about. And she was giving the real. And then second time comes around, she does membership. Her second mentorship, she had did a raffle. And I'm not gonna lie, at that time in my life, I can't remember exactly what I was doing, but I know I was in a negative mindset. At that time in my life, I was like, I don't want to do this shit, but like, let's try it. So then she did a raffle. Mind you, my full government name is long as shit. So when I see anything like that, I'll be like, man, please, I ain't finna get that shit. Just keep that shit pushing, give it to the next. So then she does a whole raffle, right? And it's her first raffle, first crystal membership raffle, everything the case may be. You can
Mm-hmm.
even go back into membership and it says it right there.
Mm-hmm.
So she had put everybody's name. I was chilling on my couch on my laptop and I was on a Zoom call when she was doing it. Tell me why when she did the first pit, my name pop up. I'm sitting here in utter silence. I'm like, that ain't me. That's
He said there's no way
that
that
ain't me.
even though that's my name, that's not my
Even
name.
as I was in all types of like I
Denial.
was puzzled as fuck because I'm like, this gotta be a lie.
Yeah.
So then she was like, "Are you here?" She said it like three times. My brain still hasn't processed my name is on there yet.
The
You know
one
what
was
I'm
lost
saying?
to giveaway.
Oh, so then she was like, "Are you here?" And I started just typing in all caps. Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Yes. Wow. Like just a whole bunch. Like I was, I was freaking out
Mm-hmm.
just because I'd never won something like that, and I knew the opportunities it would give me once I was accepted in it, and I was just overfilled with joy and happiness because like at that time I kept losing a lot of things, and
Yeah.
I was
Just
just
tired of
never
it.
getting I was never getting like in my eyes, I wasn't feeling like I was getting any type of blessing. I just kept feeling I was getting a lesson, a lesson, a lesson, and I got tired of it. I really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And then I took her mentorship, and don't get me wrong, she's a very skilled teacher. She's very in depth. She takes her time. She doesn't rush anything. I definitely give props to Sierra for doing what she does. And damn, shit gets fucked. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Um, but overall as a whole, I definitely give my thanks, my gratitude. Like I tell this to Sierra all the time whenever I can that a blessing has came down from her to me, and I appreciate her on
Amen.
so many aspects and so many levels.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah. Sierra really is a great person. So I
almost
trust me.
definitely,
Trust me. I hear you on that. I hear you on that.
she's definitely a
And
person
and,
that
and outside, I don't think a lot of people like really understand like how generally like trading aside, like she
Mhm,
really is a great hearted person that like
mhm.
even in the mentorship, like you can still talk to her. Like she doesn't treat you like someone that paid for her mentorship. She really tries to treat you as if like a brother or a sister. So yeah, I hear you on that.
Mhm. So then I took Sierra's mentorship. It was pretty cool. It was good. It was good. I fucked with it. And then I don't remember the time you guys were introduced into Crystal Academy. I think you guys were here for a while, but I knew Jaden and
Yeah, boy.
Wall Street were in the no, I'm sorry. Jaden and Rico. They were the most kind of active in a sense way in the Discord more than Wall Street. Wall Street, don't get me wrong, not bashing on Wall Street. Wall Street is a great
Wall Street is Batman. So
like
yeah,
I tell you what, he's probably one of the best person when it came to analyzing the charts, just
yeah,
being deadly at what he does. Like if you were a person like if you was like trying to say who's a person that you think like for example you got LeBron and Michael, they just perfecting their craft till they got to where they was. that's definitely Wall Street. Wall Street is definitely one of
Mm.
those for the persons that he
That
sat there and perfected his craft. You feel what I'm
Listen,
saying?
I tell people all the time, trading aside, even like if I wasn't Crystal, everything I do there, Wall
Right.
Street breaks down a chart as good as I think anyone on this planet can. Like, I mean, and it's crazy because it's how keen and precise his levels are and how they play out day after day, week after week. But like just the consistency of how he knows what he's telling you. I tell that boy, he's insane with it. So yeah, I hear you on that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Um, and then Rico, Rico.
Sniper,
One thing, the
sniper.
biggest thing about Rico, I could definitely vouch for him. Even though I've never taken his mentorship, I've only been in voice chats with him, or times he sets up meetings for psychology class. One thing about him, he'll tell you the real, not give a fuck. No matter how you
Mm,
feel, no matter what it is, he'll tell you to straight. He's not gonna say stuff to make you feel better or like give you
hmm
something like he's not one trick pony where he's gonna be like, if you could do this, you'd be all right. Nah, he's just gonna give it to you straight. That's one thing about Rico. And then he has good intentions. You feel what I'm saying? And
Great intentions. Great intentions.
one thing about him too, you waste his time, he's just not gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like he says, time's the only thing he can't get back. So, and I mean, I feel like that's the one thing like people like they generally don't understand about Rico is not only like how once again, almost like in the sense of Sierra, of how kind-hearted Sierra is. Rico's the
Mhm.
same way. He wants you to be great, but he has a standard that
Mhm.
he needs you to get to
Mhm.
because you got to think about it from Rico's perspective. That's the standard he's at.
Oh
So
yeah,
he
most
so
definitely.
he's just trying to like everything that he did. So if he tells you cut that out, he's expecting you to cut that out and keep moving up. He just wants the best for everyone. So I hear you. Hey, like I say, you definitely get all of our personalities right. That's one thing I can tell you. So
Oh yeah, most definitely. And if I had to say, because I haven't talked about, the man himself that got me onto this entry, right?
amen, amen, amen,
One thing about
amen.
Jaden, man. Definitely one thing about Jaden, he real patient with you. You know what I'm saying? Jaden is definitely a keen mentor. Like he'll sit down and break it down with you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and especially like if you're requesting one-on-ones or the case may be, Jaden's gonna be there for you. He ain't gonna just leave you in the dark. You feel what I'm saying? And
Mm,
then, I ain't gonna lie, Jaden be a little funny. He,
man,
he and them discords and them live trains in the morning, you're gonna have a
amen,
good time. You're gonna have a good laugh. You know what I'm saying?
amen.
And you gonna
I got some humor about me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got some humor about me.
but Jaden Jaden's genuine.
Mm,
Jaden is definitely genuine.
that's all, bro.
He not gonna wish nothing upon you. Honestly, he gonna wish the absolute greatness for you.
Mm.
Truly. And it's like if you don't get nothing, Jaden will sit down with you until you get it. A lot of people would be like, you just wasting my time right now. But Jaden, on the other hand, he'll be like, and then he'll break it down. Like I swear, he'll break it down to where a baby understands. He'll break it down to the point where it's like, we gonna get this together, or if you don't get it now, that's fine. I'm gonna still take my time with you later down the road. And that's one thing I definitely have my appreciation for when it comes to Jaden, is that when I was in the military, so was still am, but when I was in AIT, right, my mentorship was during Jaden's my
I
mentorship,
think you're round two or round three.
I believe round three, I
Yeah.
believe.
Was it in December ish? November, December?
Yeah.
Then yeah, okay, round
No, no,
three,
no,
yeah.
no. It was between November, not November, December to February at the time.
December. Okay, so yeah, that was round three. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
round three.
Um, but at that time, it was hard for me because our schedule was
I
just
know.
absolutely just horrible. Like imagine waking up at 4:30 o'clock in the morning just to stand just like this outside your room till a drill sergeant comes check your room, say you're good to go. If you're not good to go, flips your bed, takes out your drawers, just throw everything on the floor. And mind you, you have to perfectly pack everything and make look like top of the notch in your room when he comes expected just for him to say it might have just been a wrapper on the floor. Matter of fact, it could have been your little towel or whatever the case may be. Your bag didn't just look right to him or her.
Yo, back did
Or
it look?
everything. Everything. It was just
See, that's
it was
why,
just
bro,
piss you
hey,
off.
respect you, bro. I could not do the army. I have no shame in admitting it. But carry on.
But imagine doing all that, right? Just to get fucking just throwing that shit. That shit would have pissed you off, right? You
Absolutely.
can't even do nothing about it. Because if you do, you just gonna get in trouble. You see, you have people in the military that don't give a fuck. where the like their origin, wherever they came from, you don't care where they'll do whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
But me on the other hand, I kept my shit squared away. So that way, I wish that
He
you would
said,
talk to me.
he said, I wish you would come in here, flip something. I'll flip you. I'm crying. Nah, so okay. Oh yeah, port. There you go. Yeah, real chef, real chef. So, with like you being in Crystal and everything, how so you've been in Crystal since like day one of Seer creating it, correct?
Damn near, yep.
Okay, okay. So in the year that you've been in Crystal, like what would you say is the most like important thing, I guess, that's like you've learned from like a trading sense? Because like, and I'm gonna start asking more like trading based questions too, for like
Right.
how you manage trading in the military and all this stuff. But like, what has been like the biggest thing you've taken away, like since like being Crystal for you, not like about us as much, but like for you yourself?
Um, I think the biggest lesson I had to learn, and I always say this every time, was greed. Like
Yeah, agreed.
the
Yeah.
biggest thing when it came to trading and everything is like you can't expect to go into that shit and expect that you're gonna make quick money.
Mm.
It's not. You're gonna lose everything. Like for example, me being in the military, I work blue, and my heart goes out to the people that have a blue collar job.
Shout out to all my former construction workers. I've been there. Count out. Carry on.
So about them, right? So about those blue collar jobs, right?
Yeah.
They have to work paycheck to paycheck or work up a lot of money just to do what they to even earn up like a $500, $1,000 check. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Say for instance, you're that type of person. You come across Sierra's thing, right?
Yeah.
Some people like to think that okay, I'm put all my money into this, and I'm gonna do this as fast as I can. And that's the biggest thing with me when it came to trading. I couldn't do that because the moment I did that, I lost it all. I lost
Mm.
everything I worked for. Them 80-hour weeks that I had to put in just to make that to lose in the market less than 30 seconds was just humbling. That's it was
Yeah.
humbling as hell. So
You know,
that's what taught
yeah.
me not to do that, right? And just and then take your wins, whether that's a $30 win, $20 win, whatever the case may be. Take your win. And I just learned not to be greedy in the market. That's the biggest thing when it came to Crystal Academy. That's the first. That's probably the first thing I learned. And Sierra was like, "You're not gonna be a millionaire overnight because you're not.
You're not.
You're not.
I agree. You are not. I tell people all the time, can you get rich off trading? Absolutely.
Of
But
course,
I think people drastically like they take that I can get rich, and because of just like the instant gratification that I feel like all of us want psychologically as people, they just like you said, they feel like they need to make, all of a sudden let's just be sort of not realistic but realistic. They think that they can all of a sudden go from 0 to 8K, 9K, 10K a month, and that's just not realistic to me, at least in your first maybe even year of trading. You know what I'm saying? But trading
right?
is a get rich slow thing, and that's the beauty of what I love about trading. It gives you the ability to compound your account over time. So yeah, you might start off only making $500 a month, $100 a month, maybe 1,000, whatever the case is. But if you stay consistent, if you are, in tune with who you are as a person, to be able to control yourself emotionally, profitable habits off the chart, as as we always talk about, lead to profitable outcomes when you are trading. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on what you're saying, bro.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I would like to add on is discipline.
Mhm.
Learn to
Important.
follow and execute your plan. Don't try to
Extremely
make
important.
it quick, fast money. Like if I can say, like for example, my favorite uh indices that I like to trade on a lot is NQ, and it's very, very volatile.
Very.
For a new trader, they might see it as, oh my gosh, you're making quick money, you're making fast money, you're up 500, but you're down to follow your plan. When you have a
Exactly.
route, like for example, when you're driving every day, you don't know where you're going, and you put a route, follow that route.
Exactly.
It's trading. If it's brand new to you, follow that route. Just because you know a little shortcut and you think that's the quickest way, it might be traffic right up there, or
Hmm.
something happened, bam, you just lost your trade.
Hmm.
Instead of just following that route to the T.
And you would have got there. You would have
You
got to your
got there.
destination. You would have got to your
At the end of the day,
destination.
you're still gonna get to the destination, whether that's 2 hours, 3 hours. And I think that's a lot of people's problem is that they focus on the fast money instead of just being there for the journey.
Exactly. So then I guess like the next question like I want to ask you like in regards to that. So when you first got into trading,
Right.
how were you balancing that with the rigid hours of the military?
Um,
Like how are you learning how to trade, much less attend like the classes we have in Crystal, much less, like how were you doing all this? Like what was that journey like when you first like really started taking trading serious?
1 second.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're good. Hey, shoot, I'm getting hungry just watching you cook. I ain't gonna lie to you. Food steaming, shoot. Save me a plate, bro.
No, but that rigorous schedule was like it was nothing to play with, Jaden. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like
Trust me, I know.
on top of that, say for instance, right, you follow your route to the T, and you in a perfect trade, right? And you just seen it. Next thing you know, you hear at ease. Basically, at ease is basically where you go like this, and you
Yeah.
stand by because you're waiting for your drill sergeant to pop up, right? Imagine you in a perfect trade. Mind you, drill sergeants love to talk. They don't know when to shut the hell up and just go about their day. They
That
just
boy got
love
real beef.
they just love to waste time.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you just have a drill sergeant that just don't
Yapping.
he don't love his family. He don't want to go home. Him or she don't want to go home. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm.
imagine you in a trade and you just hear that. Next thing you know, that man just talks for 30 minutes about his life and war and how he didn't see his children. Next thing you know, you turn around, you lost like $500. You don't even want to trade no more.
Yeah.
So it was a really hard
So but I just want to make sure. So when you hear at ease, you have to stop everything
everything you're doing
and just
and
stand there until he's done.
yep.
Dang, that's rough. That's rough. And was this like an everyday thing or
Oh yeah.
like
Oh yeah. Almost definitely. A lot of bullshit.
we
A
got
lot
real
of
beef?
bullshit. Wow.
So then I guess like to further on analyze that. So like what was your schedule like from sunrise to sunset? Like what from just like a military perspective?
Mm-hmm. I got you. Um, so right. Oh, sorry. If y'all want to get at me, you feel what I'm saying?
Man, look at that food, bro. Man, need some. Need some.
But what's one called? So normal. There's two different because I was in two different types of training, right?
Yeah.
I was in basic training. I didn't get to trade for 2 months. You
Okay.
couldn't trade because you were only allowed your phone a couple times throughout well, not even a couple times, once a week. Once a
Okay.
week. On a Sunday for depending on how y'all did throughout the week and what type of drill sergeant y'all got. So I got my phone for about an hour. That's it.
Once a week?
Once a week.
Shoot. Crashing out, man.
So you had that for once a week. After that is Monday, and it's the whole week actually, Monday through Sunday. You just doing training, 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 whatever the case may be. Whether that's just rucking or running, whatever the case may be. So I woke up at
Is
4:30 every
I'm not
day.
trying to interrupt, but is ruck like when you got like carry that like
That
fake
big ass
body
bag behind your
of
back.
the body? Okay, about bag. Okay, for sure, sure. Okay, yeah, jeez.
So, right, you wake up at 4:30 every day.
Mhm.
You go stand outside at the business of detention, where it's basically you're like this the whole time,
Mhm.
standing there, waiting for your drill sergeant to come outside. Right?
Mhm.
That's the key one. After that, you got from 5 o'clock, I'll say all the way to 7:30 is your PT hours. PT hours is just basically where the military likes to work on their soldiers on their physical bodies. So you just go work out. But I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit don't do nothing for you. Military workouts don't do shit for you. I'm gonna tell you right now, you want to get right, go to the Marines.
Okay, okay.
That's it. But not to bash on them or anything like that, but that's it though. And then you got from 7:30 all the way maybe to like I'll say 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock of just rigorous training or weapons cleaning or just whatever the case, whatever they have planned for you for the day. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But there's different phases in the military. It's red phase, blue phase, and white phase. Red phase is like kind of like your introductions and getting like the known to the military. After that, after the red phase, it's white phase, and that's basically weapons qual. No, sorry, not white phase, blue phase. No, right, blue phase. Blue phase. Blue phase is like your weapons qual, getting to know your weapon, getting to know combats and stuff like that. White phase is applying everything together and huh? And graduating. That's everybody's favorite moment because everybody's just tired of living with the same person. Imagine being on a bunk bed every day with someone that stank. And trust me, I have people that stink. I had a person that didn't shower that did not shower.
Yeah, I'd crashed out. I ain't gonna lie. Carry on though.
And then that's pretty much about it. That's really how your schedule was.
So what time does your day theoretically end? I know you said it starts at what, 4:30 in the morning?
Yep.
So what day? So you wake up at 4:30 in the morning. What time does your day like? Do you get back to your like living like bunk bed area? You know, like room.
Oh, around like depending on the drill sergeant. For me, I was in basic training at Fort Jackson.
Mhm.
So I would say my bedtime or what time I normally went to bed was probably around like I'd say 10, 9, 10.
So you wouldn't get back to your room around 9:10, or you'd have to
Mhm.
be asleep by 9:10. Oh, well,
Oh, as soon as they dismiss us, you got 5 minutes to go to sleep. So like we'll be downstairs.
so I guess my question. So it's like, are they coming to like check to make sure the lights are off and you ain't
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely.
dang. So from 4:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., they have complete. That's like what, 12? That's like 18, almost, yes, 17, 18 hours. So
Yep.
yeah, so they literally give you 8 hours to sleep before you right back.
Mhm.
Dang.
Yeah. So like in the military, you're really off like 2, 3 hours of sleep, but it really feels like 30 minutes.
And we have fire guard.
Oh, we have fire guard to excuse that. So basically, that basically means every hour, every other hour, or every hour, right? There's it's called battle buddy system. So where it's you and someone else, right? That mind you, battle buddy system applies to everything, not only in basic training, only in trade off, which is training, right?
Yeah.
So you basically have to have a partner with you everywhere you go. You want to go use the bathroom? You better have someone with you. You want to go drink some water? You better have someone with you. You want to go talk to somebody? You
You
better
better
have
have
someone with
someone
you.
with you.
And if you didn't, oh, you getting bashed. The whole either your company, which is basically everyone that's around you,
Mhm.
and other platoons are getting smoked, or just your squad, which is called platoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were like off like 3, 4 hours of sleep
So
every
then,
time.
so then I guess my question is, if you were, so like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're waking up at 4:30, not getting back to your room till like 9:10, and even once you do, you only got 5 minutes to basically, I don't know, just go to sleep. Where do you learn how to trade within this?
So in basic training, I didn't learn how to trade. I
Okay,
did
okay, so you're just talking about basic training right
basic
now.
training.
Okay, so this is basic training. Okay, yeah. So where does you
Now
learn? Yeah, where do you learn? Okay.
AIT is when I took Jay's mentorship, and that's where I learned how to trade. Well,
Ah,
let me not say learn how to trade. That's where I learned a better strategy to allow myself to discipline myself, to be patient with myself, and to be successful where I'm at now.
okay.
So back in AIT, right? I graduated basic training around November 8th. I touched AIT down around November 22nd, I believe. Somewhere around that range. No, I'm sorry, November 11th. That was way off. But that's when I touched down AIT, right?
Mhm.
And then that's when I seen Jaden saying that he loved his last mentorship and he was doing a discount where it was half off.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna lie, whenever you see something like that, snatch it as fast as you can. I had no hesitation. I had my card ready in my hand, put all that. I didn't even care how much it was. So I seen his mentorship, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a chance. Even though I took some Tierras, I just wanted to give another try in a different aspect.
Well, it sounds like too that because I know you were in Crystal and stuff like that, but it sounds too that, like, even like once you joined, even though you were in serious mentorship because of basic training, you didn't have time to really even absorb whatever was being taught. Is that correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I decided to give it one more chance.
Mhm.
Oh, mhm. I decided to give learning another mentorship another chance, and I just took Jaden. Now
Okay.
I'll tell you my schedule when I was in AIT in just a moment here. It's just
I remember you call me, yeah, you call me in uniform. I'm like, oh, had on that green suit and everything.
so. Oh, you don't have 10 for it? That's fine. Okay. Um. So here's how the schedule was in AIT. Right. This is before I took Jay's mentorship. This is actually preparing me to take Jay's mentorship. This was more lenient. Um. So we didn't have that much of an early wake up back in AIT. We would have I'll say 5:30, 5:45 wake up. 5:45 to 5:45 to 6 is when your drill sergeant came check your room. From 6 o'clock to 7:30, that's when you did your PT hours, your physical training. And then from 7:30 to 8 is where you had to go get ready. That means we had a schedule because we were getting ready to go to school to learn about our job.
Yeah.
From 7:30 to 8, it was really difficult because Jaden had morning classes at times and he had afternoon classes. And it was really difficult. And I'll be honest, I did not make not one class out of that whole mentorship.
Mhm.
It was I honestly was mad at times because I was like, I really want to apply this. I really want to
Yeah.
be great at this. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard for me to trade because the AIT I went to was at Oklahoma. It's called
Okay.
the station is called Fort Sill, right?
Mhm.
Um, it's called Fort Sill, right? And it was very difficult because I was an hour behind. So I think what is Eastern Standard Time,
Yeah,
right?
for me, yeah.
It's 9:30 when the market opens. That means it
Yeah.
was 8:30 for me. 8:30, I'm getting breakfast and I have to go to school immediately. So
Mm.
I had zero time for me to even look at the charts. Mind you, phones are not allowed at schools. So I couldn't even text, I couldn't even hop in the live trades with Jay and see what he's about or what the Zoom is about or anything like that. I literally had no time to trade. And like we're in the classroom learning and our job is not all that fun to sit in class and be like, yeah, I enjoy this.
Yeah.
We're tired. We're soldiers. We're soldiers at the end of the day. So they're gonna treat us like soldiers. We're still gonna do push-ups every day. We're still gonna do runs every day. Like it was a rigorous schedule, and I just did not have time to trade. And so from like I would say from the crack of like 9 o'clock all the way to like 1700, which is 5 o'clock in military, 5 o'clock in regular time. That's
Yeah.
when
At least,
our
yeah.
hour of school was. Then from 5 o'clock to like 7:30 is when it was our chow, which is basically when we eat our dinner. And then from there, 8:30 to like 10 o'clock was accountability. And our battery is so big that it had over 400 people in our battery, in our platoon, on our section, right? And so everybody had to be accounted for. If someone's not accounted for, we're getting trained. We're getting smoked and trained. So it's just a bunch of push-ups, sit-ups, whatever case may be, until that person comes out or until they find that person. And so it was just difficult. And then I wouldn't go to bed till like 11. It was hard because I'm like
Yeah.
tired. I gotta wake up for the next day. And later throughout AIT, I got put in a leadership position. Put in a leadership position takes a toll because you have people that don't care. You have people that will literally sit there and play in your face while you're just trying to do what you're supposed to do. And so you have people playing in your face, right? Where's the thing? Check the thing. It's like the yellow screen. So you have people playing in your face, and it was just like absolutely difficult. And I literally at that when I was placed in that leadership, I had zero time straight. I couldn't even watch Jada's recording, like mentorships, the recordings, none of that. Like I literally had no time. And I had a scheduled meeting with Jaden at the time. That was Jaden's first time ever seeing me in uniform. And I
Yeah.
said, "Hey, is there a way I can like manage or you can help me? Or what have I missed? What can I catch up on? Like, is there something that we can like do and establish?" Leave it. What is there something that we can work out, something that we can do to like say, hey, like, can you catch me up on everything, or like, do I have to take the next mentorship? And one second, let me put you here. So, right, you had it was very difficult, and so I'm not gonna lie, Jaden came in clutch with it. Like I said, I'll say it multiple times because Jaden is also a blessing that came into my life, where I'm very appreciative and thankful that even the times I was struggling and I couldn't make those time hacks, I couldn't get into those mentorship, Jaden was still there. And so I literally I couldn't get to where I was or what I need to be like as to trading wise up until I got to my unit, which is basically where I'm stationed at right now, Fort Bliss, Texas. And so that's when I
So
caught
I don't mean to cut you off. So when did that, like, when did you get to your unit? I guess, like,
so I finished basic train November 1st.
okay.
I got to AIT November 8th. I finished AIT. AIT was a pretty bit long because when I first got there, they didn't have any classes available. So I was just not doing anything and just doing a whole bunch of different stuff for like a good 2 weeks. And then up until like I say the middle of November, that's when I got classed up. Then I finished AIT back in February 1st. And then I got approved to go back home for 2 weeks. I went back home on February 8th. And from February 8th that's when I was starting to just drill and trying to catch up on some things on the mentorship recordings with Jaden's when I was back home, because that was my free time. That was me being released from the army for a quiet period of time and being able to relax and be comfort in my own home before I start to go be a soldier all over again. So
Yeah.
I said, oh, let me take this opportunity to use it as a learning curve right now and apply myself, even if that's just one video a day, at least I'm one step ahead.
Exactly. I agree with
At
you.
least I'm taking that step forward instead of taking a step back. And I think that's what's challenging nowadays is that people are scared to take that first step. And it's like sometimes that step doesn't have to be a major step. Sometimes it could just be a small step. And it's just a continuation because at least you're being consistent and persistent versus you just saying, oh, I'll just do it another day. That's the same thing of you having the mindset of wanting to go to the gym. Where you said, oh, I'll just go to the gym tomorrow. If you went to the gym 25 minutes a day, at least you went to the gym, you could say to yourself that you went.
At least you did something. I agree.
You did something. You lifted both your feet that God has given you to do something
Amen.
active. You
Amen.
know, and I feel like that's the biggest part of our days is where we have to give us that motivation in our head, that consistency in our head to say, hey, let's do something, whether that's small or little, and congratulate yourself that you woke up to another day and you also did something for another day. You're not stayed in that same negative mindset. And that's where I applied myself, where it's like, if I don't get started now, my future self was gonna be like, damn, I wish I could have done that back then, instead of just being like, hey, let's just take that step forward, whether that's small or little. It could have been your first baby steps.
I agree with that. So I guess, like, because I mean, I try to tell people all the time that, like, trading, especially like in what we do, but like life, when you think about it, it's really all about like momentum. And especially like in what we do, like education at its core is a compound effect. Like if you
Right.
just study something every day, even if you don't like it, naturally you're just gonna learn. And I just tell people all the time about trading that, you just want to take it as slow as possible, but also with like a sense of urgency too. It's like
Right.
try not to consume everything for the sake of just knowing it all, but also
Right.
have the urgency to just, an hour a day, 2 hours, I'm going to make sure I'm, knocking it out, knocking it out, knocking it out. But
Right.
so you get stationed where you are at now. That was like basically like rounding. March is when you had free time, correct?
No. February is when I have free time. February 8th is when I went back home. February 21st, I believe, or 22nd is when I officially arrived at my unit. But when you arrive at a unit, you don't go to your actual place of duty until like a week after, because you have to process in. Basically, the station has to know that you're here. And they have to process you in, saying that you are a soldier. We're going to take care of you. This is how you're going to get to eat. This is how you're going to live. This is where you're going to go. This is the people you're going to be surrounded with. Everything like that. And then I spent a week at reception. After a week, I went to my official unit to meet my bosses, to meet my coworkers, everything like that. That was when I believe so just do a week from February 22nd to like just do a week from there. That's after that week, I sat down and mind you, like I said before, I disciplined myself to caught up on those recordings with Jaden. And the thing about it is that I feel like don't be so quick to hop into something just because you learned it so fast. You may have looked at it, done it, like looked at it and said, "Oh yeah, I got the grasp of it." No, I didn't do that personally. yes, I was familiarized with finance. Yes, I was familiarized with trading, but I wanted to be so, when you're making a sword, just because off that first rub, just because off that first tone, doesn't mean it's a stable sword. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
it's all ready to go. I stayed in trading just like I'm honing a sword. I just kept going. I just kept practicing. I kept looking at videos. I kept backtracking. I kept perfecting my skill craft until it was like a muscle memory. It was like until like the way I walk is the way I trade.
I agree.
I applied it just like that.
So then I guess like my next question is, so like I hear you about like the end of February and everything like that. That's when like you started gaining more free time, which is what matters. So
Oh yeah.
then I guess like my question is, what ultimately got you to start like making money in trading? And most importantly, like how was that process like of when you first, got the free time? How did you ensure that you were doing like all the right things from like a risk management perspective, a balancing your psychology and an execution, like developing your edge into becoming, where you can make money while in the army?
Um, Go a little bit more depth. That go a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more in depth if you can.
No, yeah. So basically, like what I'm asking you is like, like what steps like did you take like when you first like, okay, so now you got the free time. Now you're catching up on all the like the videos in Crystal. You're catching up on my videos. So how did you go about making money? Like, did you use your own capital? Did you get outside funding? Like were you asking people for like how did you go about like beginning to train? How much you start out with? Stuff like that.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
Um, I would say so. Like a lot of people's not a big fan of funding, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people is not a big fan of funding, correct? And so I wasn't either. I'll be honest with you. I kept it real. I wasn't a big fan of funding. Like I was very hesitant on like, should I do this? Should I go this route? Um,
And by funding, like what type of funding? Like you're talking about funding from like outside your like what type of
Outside source. So like if nobody really knows, I'm pretty sure they will go in depth with this. But I'll just give like a small little detail, small little information. So I'm funded by an organization called Apex Funding, which basically allows you to have a certain uh liquidity cash. It's
yeah.
not yours,
Yeah.
but it just allows you to
So
trade
prop
certain
firms.
prop firms, yes, to certain
Prop firms. Yeah, I know what
prop
they
firms.
are. I just wanted you to say that. That's all it was. Yeah. So go on, go.
Of course,
Yeah,
but for the people that are watching, that
yeah,
would be
prop firms.
it's just basically essentially you're giving borrowed money for a certain for to allow you to trade certain dices that need you to have a certain amount of capital in your account.
To trade with. Yeah, margin. Yeah.
So like hey, if you got granted a $50,000 account, anything after that is yours. So
Yes.
that's what I trade on. Um uh so I used that. The reason why I went that route was because taking taking James mentorship, I think what the third or fourth week, that's when he introduced prop firms,
Mhm.
and he'll like break it down to you. And I took that route just because I don't have to use my own hard liquidity money. Because
Mhm.
mind you, I work blue collar job. The people that work in blue collar job, you don't want to see your money go down the drain. All that time and effort and patience you put in for that work, you don't want to see that just go down the drain. Even if you're really good or participate, like you're really good at what you do, you still don't want to go to that route. And on top of that, it saves you a lot more money in the long run.
I
It
agree.
does. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So I
and if I'm just going to elaborate on that, and the reason why I truly do believe that is because, well, I'm definitely not saying to, for anyone watching this video, I'm not saying to not get into trading with your own capital. There is a lot of advantages you do learn from trading with your own money. For sure, you're going to respect it a lot more than I think people will respect the prop firm account. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, you are going to make mistakes when you're first starting out. And just spoiler, you are going to lose in the beginning. And you're going to lose more often than you might like. It's just a part of the process. In trading, you have to, what does Rico say? Like you have to like learn and earn at the same time, but along with learning and earning, you will have to lose before you eventually win. So that's
Almost
why, I personally tell people you either got to paper trade until you're comfortable or just go the prop firm route, if you want to start like dealing with other capital, or, as always, you can't use your own money. But you chose prop firms because you didn't want to use your own money, which is kind of how I got into prop firms a little bit later. But
right.
I hear on that. So you chose Apex funding. How long did it take you to get funded with Apex?
Okay. So with Apex funding, correct?
Yeah.
It took me about. I actually have my certificate. Actually,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He official. Okay. Oh yeah. He
yeah.
official. Yeah. Yeah. Pull it up. Anyone watching this video, this is not cap. Like I said, I'm interviewing a real one, man. I don't know what to tell you. He said, let me pull out the certificate. Okay. Let me see.
All right. Let's go up a little bit more. I think it's right here. Okay. Yeah. So here's one Apex account. You
Okay.
can see correctly.
Back up a little. Okay. So what does that say? Okay. Put it in the camera a little more. Okay. April 24th, 2024. Okay. Okay.
So,
So let me get this straight. So I'm gonna let you go. Yeah, go on. Yeah, carry on.
so
So
I
so that
got
was your
to,
first. Okay.
that was my first. I passed 3 accounts at the same time, I believe. Yeah, wait, hold on. I actually have all of them. So
That boy got receipt.
here's
Mind you, I wasn't even asking for a receipt. I wasn't even asking for a receipt. I didn't say nothing about this. But go on.
so I passed about 3 accounts at the same time. Mind you, I got to unit February, right? I
Yes,
did not
this is
push.
crazy.
I got to the unit February, right? And so let's just backtrack on the dates real quick. So uh yeah, I got to unit February. I started getting like I didn't place or go anything on trades up until March. Right?
Dang.
Mind you, I will say this. This is I think I'm pretty impressive on this. So I had to go to this training center. It's called NTC, which is basically where our soldiers go out to the desert in California for a month, right? I was there for a month and 2 weeks. I was
Okay.
there a bit longer, mind you. I went out to NTC around the end of April. I would say end of April.
Mhm.
I think around the range. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the end of April, and spent my time at NTC from the end of April all the way to like June, the beginning of June, the beginning of June. So I had a time hack to like crunch a little bit because there was certain roles, certain things I had to do. So
Yeah.
I couldn't trade at times and I couldn't catch those live trades and I couldn't be able to trade. So I passed my funded within a month and a half, I would say. Month and a half
Of
to a
actually,
month.
and this is actually being able to like, sit down, digest the classes, back
Mhm,
test, apply
mhm.
yourself, and trace about a month, and that's about 45 days. That's
Yeah.
when you got the account.
And to be fair here, when I did trade, I was only be able to trade for an hour. So
From market open.
from market open.
Okay, so the good thing is though, I mean, I trade a little bit longer. I mean, I say personally by myself, I like to be done trading by 11:30, 12 at the absolute latest. But I mean, from 9:30 to 10:30, you can definitely catch moves. I mean, I feel like some of my best moves anyway happen after 10 a.m. regardless. Because that first 30 minutes, it's just the market trying to find, which way it wants to go more
Right.
times than not. But I hear you on that.
But
So an hour a day is all you had to trade with, and that was 5 days a week.
that was
Like
five
every
days a week. That was
so
5 days a
hour a
week.
day, 5 days a week. That's how. But see, that's why I try to tell people you don't really need as much time to trade necessarily as you might
Mhm.
think in the morning. Like I tell people, if it could be perfect, 9:30 to 11. If you can find a way from 9:30 to 11 to just watch a chart or pay attention, it can work for you. But carry on though. So you got funded, then what?
So once I got funded, it was a surreal moment. I ain't gonna lie. Like I would think like if you joined Crystal Academy, you know what I'm saying? There's people that post games chats all the time, every day. There's
Y'all
times
hear
when
that?
we
We
post.
active in the games chat. Yep, carry on.
Oh yeah, we most definitely. And people are active within the Crystal Academy. You feel what I'm saying? People are most definitely active. So I seen people kept posting their things. I did not post mine at all whatsoever because I feel like that would conflict with my mental state of mind. When you see people win or you see people gaining, you will be like, oh, I want to be a part of that, instead of just taking your time upon yourself and just making your own journey. And so once I got funded, not gonna lie, I did lose those accounts.
Okay, there we go. We being real.
I kept
Everyone, it's a canon event.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's very. I don't care who you are. It's very rare. I feel like your first funded, you keep it. You're gonna blow it. I don't care. It's a canon event. You have to, because you're gonna do something stupid. And hey, shout out to those that haven't. But I feel like it's an unskippable canon event. You get your first funded, you're on top of the world, and then you lose it. But carry on. So you lost it, and then what?
Lost 3 of them, not the
Lost
first one.
all three.
All three of them.
Okay, you lost all three. Triple whammy. Got you.
That was just right back to the drawing board.
Right back to the drawing board. I love
That was just right back to the drawing board. It was not like a,
Keep going.
damn, I'm not gonna trade no more. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
Gotta keep going. Cause shoot, hey, because you know what's crazy? You did it once. What tells you
do it
can't do it
again.
again? You see what I'm saying? Who said you can't do it twice? That's all.
you can't do it twice. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then, sorry if I keep going to the basketball analysis, but it's like it's the same thing. You shooting a 3, you missed the first time, go again.
Go again. Keep
You
shooting.
missed the left, go again.
It's I hate to pivot, but it's almost like that one Dion Waiters quote when he said like I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 10, because if you go 0 for 10, that means you lost confidence. Yeah, but carry on.
No, that's some real stuff. That's some real shit right there. So it's like, I think that's a beautiful mindset to have, is where if you fail again, you're gonna do it again. And I said this.
Would you agree that you almost have to be like almost like delusionally optimistic in trading, at least when you're first starting out?
Oh yeah, you almost have to be obsessed.
I agree. Yeah.
Almost definitely. I say, like, this is one thing I do follow about. Failure has 7 words, but so does success.
Ooh, that's a bar. That's a bar right there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Failure, success.
So
Ooh.
it's like, you going through challenges, tribulations in your life, and you consider that as a failure. But guess what? Your upbringing can be 10 times more. Tomorrow's promise, but what you got going on today can be your biggest day.
Especially too, you don't know what God gonna use you for. You don't know your testimony, but you got to survive the test. You just got to keep going, and look what he gonna raise you to. So you blow these accounts, you lose all 3 accounts. What did you do to get funded again, and how long then did it take to get funded again?
I'm not even gonna lie. I knew what I did, and I knew how to manage myself. This is not advice here. Let me state this right now. What I'm about to say is not advice. I will not go against this. This is all on you and how you want to do it. I personally know how to go about the evaluation phase. I'm gonna tell y'all right now that evaluation sucks, because you know why? You gotta make about, for Apex wise, if you got 50K account, you gotta make about 3K. But that 3K ain't yours. That 3K that you took the time to discipline yourself to make that, not gonna be yours. But that's okay though, because you know why? You did something and you achieved it. Take that win. Take it over trying to say, oh, I needed that money. Because guess what? Now you're about to be placed on a different route, and now you're just building capital. And that's how I taught my mind. So the second time when I went for an evaluation phase, when I went for my other accounts, it took me 2 weeks. A week.
And so this is 2 weeks after analyzing what you did wrong, going to the drawing board, figuring out, okay, I need to fix this, fix that, right? So then when did you, I guess, get those new accounts, and how many did you buy? Or is it just one?
One. I disciplined myself to say one.
Okay, so you bought the one when, and when did you pass it?
So, because I take pictures of odds, and it's not like because it's receipts. I look back at it as a reward, as an achievement. You know,
I like the receipts though. I like the receipts. Because I mean, hey, I know how people be on the internet, they're gonna be, man, this cap. Hey, I'm not asking for nothing. I mean, I know you're stamped invalid, so I don't question you. But
so, mind you, like I said, I was in NTC for about a month and a half, right? Okay. I lost my accounts back in, I believe, May something, because I did pass my accounts April, correct?
Yeah,
like
April 24th.
April 24th. And so I was in the desert for a good month, which I wasn't able to trade. But like the thing about it is, my last week or two, I was able to, because that's our free time. That's basically packing our things up to go. You know what I'm saying? We go 4 weeks training, and then that last week should be packing up vehicles and getting ready to come back to where you was. And so I was there for an additional 2 weeks. And so those 2 weeks, I just said, let's try something. So then I bought those accounts. And so June hits, and this is when I pass my other account.
June 14th. Hey, once again, not asking for a single proof. I mean, I know Kai's valid, but so April, you get them, you blow them. Take a little time back to the drawing board, give it about a month, and now you're back funded again in June. So, and this is just one account.
This is just one account.
So,
wait, actually, time out. Let me just double check. Let me double run. Yep. That's my only picture. So yep, that's just one account.
Okay, so just one account. So now what happens? You're funded again. You blew the account. You knew how to get it back after evaluating yourself, seeing what you did right, seeing what you did wrong. How do you go about it now?
So off that, I was like, let's just build capital. From there, we'll see how our journey is and see how we are as a trader to see if we want to purchase more accounts.
Okay.
I guess I wasn't aware of this. I DM'd Jaden at one point about this. When you lose set accounts, and that's I think that goes both ways. I can't remember exactly. When I lost my account, my next billing cycle, I was authorized another couple accounts because I purchased 4 accounts prior before, and so I got back 4 accounts. And I was like, where did this come? I was lost and I was a little scared because I'm like, nothing was charged to my card. What was going on? At the time, nothing was charged to my card. Then I think it hit midnight and I just seen Apex for the deduction of the account. And I DM'd Jaden. I was like, hey, when you blow a set account, whether that's a valuation phase, do you get it back that next billing cycle, or do you have to pay for another for another account on Apex? And so basically I got charged. I don't know what the hell happened. I low key was scared and I was about to email Apex. I'm like, I don't think I authorized these accounts and I did not purchase them. Like, what's going on? And so I seen them and I asked Jada, I literally went on the website. I said, we're not going to trade nothing on this until we know what the hell these accounts came from. And so basically, I purchased them. It's an active subscription. That's what I learned from the Apex website is that yes, you blow set account, but you won't be able to purchase or like trade on another account until you actually physical purchase it. Like you can go and purchase it. The set count that you blown, you won't be able to trade on it until the next billing period, the next billing cycle. It's like it's a membership. You feel what I'm saying? Say for instance, you don't go to the gym for like you went to the gym once a month and you didn't go for the rest of the days. That doesn't mean it cancels your membership. That doesn't mean they check up on you. You still be able to go to the gym next month. It's the same thing. It's the same process. It's basically a membership. So basically, I got 4 accounts. Total 5. I have 5 live PA accounts. The 4 though, I had to do the evaluation phase again, which I don't remember exactly, but I think I passed those evaluation phase in 2.5 weeks to 3. Because I wasn't primarily focused on them. I was focused on my PA account, which is just personal account, just a live account. And I just wanted to grind from there. That's literally it. But from June up until August is when I was just primarily focusing on my PA account. I guess I would do trades here and there in my evaluation accounts, and I did not pass. I don't think I took a picture, but I definitely have it on my computer to definitely pull that up. I might not be able to screen share. I can tell you the date, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, if you just want to take a picture of it, sure. I mean, it's up to you. So from June to August, then so you got the PA account that you passed and everything like that. You're building that cushion up, and then you get funded on the next 4. So then when you get the next 4, then I guess like, so are we talking payouts now? Like what?
Oh, so this is a crazy.
So like I guess like let's just
let's fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
So that PA, right? So here's about things about Apex. You need to trade to at least have a certain amount on your account, and you need to have 10-day period of trading days. And so on my evaluation, on my PA, my first PA account, I had over that. I had over like 20 something days. I said, okay, this is gonna be my first official payout. It's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little sketchy because it's not this is my first time ever getting a payout. off of a prop firm, and I was like, and I was DM Jaden. Jaden was getting my DMs. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, is this real? Whatever the case may be. And so it was August 1st. I'm not even gonna lie. As soon as it hit 12 o'clock to say August 1st, I was right there. I was refresh, drop down screen, select account. I was quick with it. And I said, and we withdrawing the max amount that we can per account for the first 3 months. You're allotted a certain amount, whichever account that you buy.
Yeah.
I said for the full two bands. You know what I'm saying? Let's reward ourselves a little bit.
Pay ourselves back, yeah.
So August 1st hits, requested. A couple days go by. What's up?
Right.
But it's okay. That's my first payout. I DM people in the Crystal membership and Jaden's Discord as well. It was like normally with the first payout takes a little time. Give it. August 15th hit, and that's the second period.
Yeah,
time
that's the second time payouts, yeah.
And I was quick with it too. I said, we're gonna be up 4 bands a month. We're gonna be up 4 bands this month. What happened to the first payout? I DM Jaden. I'm on a live trades with Jaden. I'm like, Jaden, what's up? Like, I don't. He's like, I think at the time Apex was going through something at the time. And he's like,
yeah, just give it some time.
Give it some time, right? And so I was like, where the money at?
Yeah.
So my birthday is August 22nd, right? Mind you, I never liked the month of my birthday. I never like the day of my birthday either. I generally don't like it because always things had happened. And in my past, I didn't like celebrating it. I've so many built up trauma has just been in that month where I just didn't count on any blessings or any opportunities. I just said, let's just get this month over with.
Yeah.
August 22nd hits. Forgot the time. I have the receipt for it. I forgot the time. Think around. Normally, when it comes to payouts, they don't pay you early in the morning. They pay you later in the afternoon, towards like 10 o'clock ish. It says 2,000 has been deposited in your account. I said, where this money come from? One thing about it is I don't play about my money. I definitely don't like free money. You feel what I'm saying?
You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
money till I know where it came from, the origin,
Mm-hmm.
and what the reason was. But if it's just a random money pop in your account, don't touch it. And that's
Yeah.
one thing about the military. If they give you some, like sometimes they say you random money to your account and you don't know where it came from. Until you know, don't pull it, because the military has access to your account. They could pull and give you money whenever they please. And if they can't pull from your account, they're gonna pull from that check. So I said, you know what, let's just wait, right? Next thing you know, I'm seeing it process. It says Apex funded. I'm like, oh, I got my first payout.
Amen, bro. Amen.
And I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Look at God, bro. On your birthday too.
On my birthday. You know
Look
what I'm
at
saying?
God.
The day that I hate. I
Ain't he good?
want to say hate, but the day I'm not the biggest fan of and I dislike, I finally received a great payout. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. And then August, I believe 28th, 29th, somewhere around that range, that's when I got my second payout. And I was like, wow, I'm up 4 bands this month. This is real.
You up what?
4 bands that month. I was up 4 bands that month.
Okay, so the month of August made $4,000. So let's get into your biggest one that you literally just had. So I want you to walk me through that. So by this time, in August, and I think you touched on it earlier. So you have now the 5 accounts, which is why you were able to withdraw, from 4,000 in August. So we now get to September, which is what we're in right now. It's currently September 21st. So tell everyone about your biggest payout.
So September 1st, I was not able to request. Mind you, August was like really nice, but August was really, really nice because I was up over 40K in less than 2 weeks off trading.
Across like all 5 accounts?
Across all 5 accounts.
Okay, yep. So you have like an 8K-ish cushion then in like.
Oh yeah. All accounts are like
that boy up.
I'm cushioned up for all accounts.
Okay, and that's what's up. That's what's up.
So I was like, this is nice. So September 1st hits, and so I wasn't able to request. Apex sends me a saying that you need to send video proof of trades. I'm like, why? What's up? I'm doing good here.
You said you already paid me in August. I'm valid.
Like, I'm true to this, not new to this. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, what's going on? And I'm DMing them. I say, hey, like I can't do this. Like I don't have the materials or whatever you guys need me, the video proof or like whatever you guys need me to submit that video evidence of me doing that, right?
Yeah.
Tell them about that, right? And so I was just waiting until they get back to me, and it was like, "Oh, we need you to do that." Blah blah blah. September 15th hits. Basically, when they sent me that, I wasn't allowed to request a payout on that September 1st, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, I really hope I can request on September 15th. So September 15th hit. I log into Apex. I said, let's give it a shot. Let's see if we're available to see all my accounts being able to withdraw. And I'm like, oh snap, this is real. So I said, you know what? I got paid the first time, but this amount that I'm about to request for is crazy, you know?
Mhm.
So I have 5 accounts. Mind you, I told you I'd do the max on each account. That's 5 times 2.
10.
That's 10.
10.
That's 10.
10.
So I said 2, 2, 2. Crazy thing, right? I request September 15th. September 15th, I got an email saying your request has been approved. I'm like, oh,
Wow. In the same day?
in the
That's
same day. Doesn't
that's
mean I got the money yet.
yeah, but it's
Just
been approved. Yeah, but yeah,
it's
it's
just
been
approved. You'll expect your money in 3 to 7 business. So the thing about Apex, they'll send you, hey, we see your request. Now we approve your request. So they approved it. I was like, oh shoot, I might get this money for it.
tight.
September 16th hit. I had a great trading day that day. I believe that was a trading day. I think so.
Yeah. It's so hard to remember off the top of your head, I know. But yeah.
And I was just letting Jaden know that I got a big payout. And so September, and this is, mind y'all, we're still in September, right? We're really like dead ass.
Oh, he's about to pull up the receipts. Here we go. So basically, as for the people that don't understand, he's basically making a withdrawal of $10,000 from his not from each Apex account, but in total, 2,000 from each, 5 accounts. So, did the approval go through? Did you get the
Oh,
payment?
most definitely. You know, so like I have a bank account designated for Apex. Like there's nothing on there, just only money that just goes into Apex. Mind you, I spent my first 4K, right? Because I needed to take care of something. But
Yeah.
this month I did spend my money as well. You feel what I'm saying? I have things going on that I need to take care of.
Yeah.
Right. So
But bottom line, you up 10K this month.
oh yeah, I hit that. I got that.
You got the email? You want to show him?
I got the I had so
Yeah, show him. Shoot. Show it off, bro.
so mind you, right? They did 2 different deposits, right? I'll show you the first deposit. Mind you, like it's all there. It says Monday, right? First top of the screen.
Oh, he got the receipt. Okay. 4,000. Okay.
Right? But I did have to send 2,000 of that. Like I just sent 2,000, mind you. Now look, not the second message, because that says the 2,000 that I had to take out of my 4,000 to send. Look at the third message.
Dang. 6K. Hey man.
6K. So I got that whole 10,000. And I'm gonna be very clear here. I'm not showing this off just
Nah,
to show.
you work for it. Shoot, you work for it.
I work for it, but I'm also humble about it.
Amen.
You know, a lot of
Amen.
people be like, "Oh, you just showing off money or this, that." No, I'm doing this for educational purposes and motivational purposes.
Amen, bro.
It took me a while to get here. It took me a while to get where I need to be. Like I couldn't do this without the help of Jaden, the help of Sierra, the help of Rico. Even though Rico and Wall Street were not my mentor, they still gave advice. They still gave analysis. They still gave key hints. They gave psychology classes in that Crystal membership to help future traders or want to be traders like myself to get to even be able to take out that payout. So when I show stuff like that, that's because I want it for everybody else. Honestly, the way I live, I don't want nobody to live like that. I don't want nobody to live paycheck to paycheck. The inflation is just going higher and higher.
Yeah.
People can find the way to live. And truly, if you can make at least $500 a day or $200 a day and be able to withdraw that, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of whoever it is. This is truly from the genuine bottom of my heart that I want everybody to accomplish the aspirations, the dreams, the goals, the ambitions they truly want and desire in life. That's the reason why I show that. Because at the end of the day, money is just money. it has no value to it. Once you rip it up, you can't do nothing with it.
Or once you spend it all, it's gone.
You can't take money with you at all. Once we leave this world, we can't take money with us at all. Money only has value to it when it's clear as day and it's not ripped up nothing. Once it's ripped, it's nothing. It's completely nothing. So why do you feel like you have to attach yourself to it? I detached myself from the money when it came to trading, so my emotions didn't cloud my judgment, it didn't cloud my mental, and it didn't cloud the rest of my day. That's how I was able to be successful. And when I tell you when I'm saying successful, successful doesn't mean money. I mean successful as I'm able to discipline myself. I know myself better. I know how to treat myself. I know how to give the thanks to the man above us, as always. And I know how to give my gratitude, my appreciation to others, and enjoy life. Because I don't trade every day. I don't.
That's how you know becoming a real trader, because you're going to realize you don't need to trade every day. You trade when you know opportunities present itself. Like I tell people all the time, and I'm gonna let you speak again. Trading really is about being the ultimate opportunist, but in being the ultimate opportunist, it doesn't mean that you're desperate for one. It just means that you know how to capitalize on an opportunity when it presents itself at the right point in time.
Right. So that's definitely the biggest thing that I did that came across me, you know. So sorry. This is, you know, the little here. Let me show you just a little bit. This is the meat right here.
Hey, look
And
good,
if,
bro. Look
or if
good.
you really want to get at me, you feel what I'm saying? That's some. Oh, I can't even show you. It's dripping wet. Sorry, dripping season.
It's dripping wet. It's dripping wet.
But yeah. So and one thing I would like to say when it comes to live trading and it comes to the Discord, it's not all about trading. It's not. There's different what's it called, channels in the thing where you can talk about your feelings, how you felt as a person, what you got going on, basically testimonials.
Yeah.
Like you could share what you got going on. And there's times where we're trading with live trading with Jaden. He'll sit there with you and like he'll just stop trading and just focus this fun aspects or whatever you got going in life. Like he'll talk about the word of God. You know, like it don't matter what time of the day it is. It could be 2 a.m. We train a London session, and he'll give you a Bible verse, a Bible scripture, whatever the case may be.
What is right here?
And for my people that are not religious, you know, he'll talk to you as a normal person, as a normal human being, because at the end of the day, that's what we are first. We are humans. He'll talk to you like a genuine person, whatever personal or fun or whatever conversation you like to have, he'll sit there and have it with you. And I think that's the biggest, greatest thing that I can definitely say that I know about Jaden, that he can sit there, you won't feel judged, you won't feel criticized, you won't feel like you need to show another person of you. You can feel like yourself. Your characteristics and the things that you show will matter to Jaden more than anything in this world. It's what you do and your actions as a person will validate the character that you are.
Amen.
So I have all my thanks to give out to Jaden. Truly.
Amen. I tell people all the time, I give all my thanks to God, man. He's made me the man I am today. I truly am nothing without Jesus Christ in my life. So, hey, if the way I tell people all the time, don't look to me as I don't really view myself as anything special. Just look at what God's done for me, and like don't try to be like selfish and like, oh yeah, I want, just work on your relationship with Him, and I promise you, He will turn you right just the same way He turned me. But I appreciate that, bro. I really do appreciate the compliment. So I guess my next question is, so now with you trading and stuff like that, you're still in the army. What advice would you give to someone who is still hesitant to jump into trading or learn about trading, regardless of their job situation in life? Like, what advice would you give to them? Like to the person, because like I'll just say like just 2 seconds about me. Before I got into trading, y'all, for anyone watching this video, I was in construction, rigging, and worked fine dining. So I know what it's like to have a rigorous work schedule, and things of that nature. And I'm gonna give my own opinion on this in like a separate video. But Kai, like I said, I want to hear from you, because like I said, like I'm me, and I care more about what someone like you has to go through. Because like I thank God I'm in the position I am, but for someone like you, if you were to tell someone like, yeah, I know, you working in this hard, or the case is time, but this is why you should still pursue this. Like, what advice would you give them?
if I can say for instance, it was my last note,
That's
and
deep. Okay.
if my last note was to you when it came to trading, I would say to you, first off, my biggest thing I would say to you is that I'm proud of you. That's my biggest thing. Because trading takes a lot of emotional, mental, physical part of your body to just press that one click
Mm-hmm.
to enter that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to think about it. Your mental plays a big state in your mind. It literally it's like your brain. It's like your hard down function and helps you move your body.
Yeah.
That's what comes down to it. When you first wake up, you don't think about your legs or anything. Your brain is literally waking up for you to process, for you to activate your motors to engage through the day. So the first thing I'm gonna always do is say I'm proud of you. You are doing more than what you're doing than a lot of people in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell you something as well. Comparison is the killer of joy. Don't
Mm-hmm.
compare yourself to the next person because it's gonna ruin your day. But if I can give advice to the next trader, the future best trader in the world, who knows?
You know what I'm saying?
Stay humble,
Yep.
stay disciplined,
Yep.
stay positive,
Mm-hmm.
keep the people with you that see you, want to see you excel, and keep God in your life.
Amen. God first, man.
All five of those things will get you way farther in life than you possibly can imagine. And the biggest thing why I say about God is because God will show you what opportunities, what route, what doors to go through. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna show you that some conversations were never meant to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Some conversations were meant to be heard. Some lessons were meant to be learned. Some of the things that you wanted in your life, God has showed you that this is what you need to do and how you want to go about it. And don't take everything as a sign. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Focus upon yourself, focus on your craft, focus on your personal being, because that's what trading is going to teach you about who you are as a person. That's all trading does for you. So definitely in a very hard aspect and a harsh aspect as well. Don't be a fool.
Yeah.
Don't think that you want to have the most perfect utopia in the world and think that you're going to be up like crazy. Stop it, because that's not going to work for you, fam. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, but I'm definitely not gonna be the last one to tell you. Treat trading as something that you want to perfect and be good at, not something that you want to be quick and shisty. That's how I see it as. Because when you
Yeah.
try to think of a certain utopia in your head, you're shisty because you're not following a plan or you're not following the route that you intended that you really wanted. Shisty people do something quick so they can get it.
Yeah, they do. That's for sure.
So why would you want to be a part of that? Why would you want to be inflicted with that? That's definitely one of the biggest things I would definitely leave off with Jada.
So then I guess then my next question would be like if you had to then like also give advice to the person who will take up trading that they're struggling in the beginning, they're losing more than they're winning, they're not really seeing the point in this because it's hard, and just what then advice would you give them as someone that went through it and was able to overcome it?
Right. 1 second, Jada. Apologies.
You're good.
Um, Life is a journey, not a race.
Mm.
Treat your life as a marathon. Just because you see that person doing it doesn't mean you can't.
Mm.
Your life has roadblocks. It's not meant to go the same path and same journey as everybody else. You may hit something struck hard, but that doesn't mean that's the end. You're not winning in life, that's okay. I wasn't winning either. And then you got to treat it like every day in your life as well, where you're going to have days where you're just simply not winning. But guess what? Always have the mindset where that greater outcome is going to come. It's going to come soon. Treat it just like that, because sometimes we want things in life, but the thing we want in life that God gives us and shows us may not be that same exact thing, but it's what you asked for,
Mm.
but it's not exactly what you wanted.
Mm.
Treat it the same way as trading. That you might not get it right now, but when
But you're
you
gonna
see
get it
it,
one day.
You'll get it one day. Like, for example, when you're getting $5 days, you're winning. That's your blessing. It's building up to the point where you'll get $200 a day, maybe $300 a day. But that $5 win, take it. Because guess what? You're up. I'm gonna tell you, like we say in Crystal Academy, nothing is better than nothing is better than a red day. Every time. Green is always better, but going into a trade and you know that you didn't take a trade, is better off with that. Because trust me, you don't want to have that red losing day and it affects you. And one thing about it, when you trading and you get that red day, that shit's gonna play in your mind all day.
Yeah.
But guess what? That win can play in your head all day too.
That's why I always try to tell everyone, you know, you can't let them wins go to your head, nor let them losses go to your heart. You guys stay even keel at all times, but carry on, bro.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that's definitely my advice to people that feel like they're constantly losing. Because guess what? Look, I was up, I passed my funders, but guess what? I lost them. But guess what I did? I didn't let I didn't let that cloud my judgment. I didn't let that decipher what my next steps was. I didn't allow it to put me in a step back. I allowed it to give me a lesson to push even forward harder.
Amen.
Even want it more. With trading, it's like you have to be like absolutely insane for it to work out. And that's what most traders are now. If you look back at a successful trader, most traders will tell you that if they could do it differently, they will be more patient and they will strive more harder. Trading can probably tell you for himself.
Shoot, I'll
that
tell you
if
myself.
he could be, he wish he was just more patient. And that's what you got to treat in life. Is that not everything is going to come to you all at once. But when it does, and you see your blessings, be humble enough to know that you're grateful for that opportunity, but you're so proud of yourself because you didn't give up.
Amen.
Always look into yourself and give yourself words of affirmations. It may be abnormal, it may not feel like comfortability to you, but do it though.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You're gonna feel so much better about it later on.
Amen. Amen. No, bro, I really appreciate that. And I hope that whoever watches this video that, you know, you take a lot from this too. I know this has been quite the interview, truthfully, and everything. Yeah, quite the interview. Yep. I know. I mean, hey, but like I said, I mean, the reason I wanted to do with this interview with you, Kai, is because, you know, you are someone that, you know, is still, you know, actively working, still trading, you know, still like showing, you know, that you can make a way. And there's one thing I really want everyone to take from this, you know, is like it took Kai, I mean, because from the day you joined Crystal, Sierra created the Discord, I think like what, April of 23-ish or something like that, like a little bit, like so like April, May of 20. Like yeah, April. Yeah, so it took you about a year and a half to get to where you're at now. And mind you, this is just the first withdrawal. Well, second technically, but this is just, you know, 2 withdrawals in the span of 2 months is great work, you know. So it takes time, and that's just really I want everyone to take like, and that's why I said, you know, I tell people all the time, I pray that, you know, everyone gets a testimony like Kai, but even better. But you might not be profitable in 1 year. You might not be profitable in 2 years. Heck, you might not be profitable in 3 years. But I promise you this, if you love what you're doing and you are like learning as you're losing, you will become profitable in the end. It's just everyone's journey is different. So, I mean, I'm going to just say this, my opinion to anyone that wants to pursue this, you know, and is working a job, I promise you this, you can find a way to make it work if you want it bad enough, no matter how difficult of constraint for time you may have. And, you know, coming from someone that, you know, I personally, you know, my days were for construction, I have to get up at like what, 6 o'clock in the morning, wouldn't be off my shift like 4:30 at night. Bottom line, I wouldn't be getting home to like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I'd have to do the same thing all over again. So I only have 2 hours at night to study, back test, whatever the case is. But that's why I tell people, you know, if you can, utilize your weekends, because that's just like any hour you get, bro, you just gotta use it, at least in the beginning stages, because then all of a sudden the days stack up, your preparation stacks up, and it gets to the point where, okay, now a year has passed, you've been doing the same thing, and you turn around and look back, like you see how far you've came, like, okay, well, there's no point quitting now. It just doesn't make sense anymore. So, and like I said, I'm gonna make a whole like in-depth video separate, this like talking like a lot more in depth about this. But now, Kai, like I said, bro, God bless you, and I pray nothing but the best thing for you going forward, bro. You know, I help you out whenever you need it, man. But I guess like, you know, just like one other question like I want to ask, you know, if someone, I guess, wanted to know like what would you say is like the biggest blessing or, the biggest reason to join Crystal Academy, what would you tell them then at that point?
The biggest blessing is the people that you'll be surrounded by.
Mm.
If I'm being honest, in that mentorship, everybody wants good for you.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's not a single thing people want it bad for you. And in the information, the learning that you'll receive from there, you won't get that nowhere else. You won't get that nowhere else. And the times that they give giveaways, that they do cahoots, lives, you won't get that nowhere else. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you on that. You won't get it as genuine and as good as Sierra
Mm-hmm.
taught primary mod, the founder, you feel what I'm saying, of Crystal
Big
Academy,
CEO, yes, sir. Big
CEO,
CEO.
Big CEO. And then you have the excellent mods such as Jaden, Wall Street, and Rico. You won't get as real as them. I promise you that. And I'm gonna tell you what, even if you feel like that's a lot of money, it's money well spent.
Mm.
It's money well spent. I'll tell you that right now. Everything that you will learn upon that Discord and whatever the case may be, you will love it. Truly. There's not a single thing that I feel like anybody regrets in that mentorship. Everybody loves it.
No, bro. Like I
So
said, I
if you
appreciate
looking
that.
to join, if you're looking to join that mentorship or join Crystal Academy itself, maybe even just be a bystander, you won't get what you need. Trust me.
Amen,
You'll
bro.
be well
Amen.
taken care of.
I appreciate that, bro. So I guess like last thing, like when you gonna make a meal? No, I'm playing with you. No, I'm playing. I'm playing with you.
Um,
I'm playing, bro.
hey,
Hey, man.
whenever God presents the
You know what I'm
opportunity.
saying? Know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I pray for you. I pray for you. But no, man, I really do appreciate, taking this time to, just like let people know, not only so much about yourself, but just about, the reality of trading. Cause I really want to do this because, like it's one thing for me to talk about it for myself, but,
Right,
from the eyes of most, I am considered someone who has made it,
right.
even though I don't consider myself that, because there's still so many things I need to do, so many things I want to do. But I just wanted people to, hear from someone who's actually in the thick of it and making a way for themselves, that, like, yes, I know I have my testimony, but let I wanted people to hear your testimony just about everything like that. So no, bro, I definitely appreciate it. But I think I'm gonna cut the interview here and whatnot.
Uh,
So like I said, bro, I appreciate you for everything. And any last words you want to tell the people?
uh, for anybody that's watching this video, I want to give the biggest shout out to God Himself.
Amen.
And keep Him in your life
Always.
as well as keep Him in mind. I appreciate it. My thanks and my gratitude goes out to Jaden for even doing this mentorship for real. When he asked me, I was like, "Are you sure? Like, you sure you want to do it with me?" Because I'm very humble, but I really want to thank out to Sierra,
Mhm.
the mods, and Crystal Academy, the Discord as a whole, for getting me to where I am now. And Jaden, you definitely are rock solid. I appreciate everything you do. You are a great person. I thank God every day for having you in my life, whether that's a
Don't,
friend,
don't make me cry now, bro. Don't make me cry now, bro. Go on.
as a friend, as a mentor, as a co-worker, you
Co-worker,
know,
right? Yeah.
as a human being. Because
Right.
all you guys have a genuine heart. All you guys, I strive to be like you guys one day because I see you guys as a role model. And I
Amen.
appreciate everything that y'all do. My gratitude and my appreciation goes out to everybody that's in that mentorship, that was in that mentorship, that's taking mentorship, whatever the case may be, that whole Discord server itself.
Mhm.
And I appreciate you for allowing me to say my piece, to say my truth, to say my past, my journey as a fellow trader on this YouTube interview. Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh, dang, bro. That was deep. That was deep. But no, man, I appreciate you. Well, guys, this is it. First interview. Shoot, hopefully I do, a lot more of these in the future. But no, man, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and like I said, maybe we'll do more of these in the future. But no, man, for all those that are watching, I appreciate you for joining this and watching this interview. Man, what an interview. I truly am left speechless after that. Just because that's for my first time, just knowing all the things that I did about Kai regarding just everything he had to go through to get to where he had to get to. But Kai's a great individual. I wish nothing but the best for him going forward. But nonetheless, like I said at the very beginning of this, guys, it's possible. It just takes time. It might take you a year. It might take you 2 years. Heck, it might even take you 3. But if this is something that is a skill that you can carry around with you for the rest of your life, I think the investment of time that it would take to get good at this is worth really everything. And Kai has the same mindset. So, I mean, he's kind of a bit of a wild dude. I'm not going to lie to you. But, hey, everyone's got to start somewhere. But nonetheless, if you've watched this whole video, I genuinely thank you for watching. And as always, I thank all you, my subscribers, people who like, comment, share this video, whatever the case is. I appreciate all the support and help I can get. And if you do choose to subscribe to my channel, once again, I thank you 10 times over. But nonetheless, as always, this is Jaden Hyken, and I thank you for watching.